the hell is that?
It's Chewbacca. Come on now. Welcome to Paranormal XL Podcast G.G. here, of course. And for this episode, we have a very special guest, David Childers, or as I'm learning, he now wants to be called Little Biscuit. Am I wrong?
That's her name, Little Biscuit. And I'm sure there are reasons that people think, why does he want Little Biscuit as a reference? Yeah, it can go a long way. You have so many thoughts going in your head about that.
So we have Little Biscuit in his house, is what you're saying. Oh my God, I love it. Now, this is going to sound weird, I guess, now that I have my show notes in front of me. So now David has made his rounds in the paranormal world, but in a good way.
I was about to say, what do you call him?
Yeah, nothing. I think you're great. He is, I know right now for a fact, this is a fact, he's co-host of the Paranormal People video podcast, because I was on there. And I've also, from, like I told you earlier, I can call it research. Other people call it stalking. I'm sticking with research. You were in Paranormal 911, Haunted Hospital Hell, Spooky Babes, among like a shit ton others, right? Fill us in on that.
Yeah, just over the years, been in the field for a while. Just had the pleasure of working around some great people. Different locations, this and that. Probably, the newest one is being a guest investigator on Spooky Babes Paranormal, which is definitely interesting. It is totally not your average paranormal.
Yeah, I just watched one of the trailers actually today, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get in on this. I got to watch this.
Yeah, it's amazing. And, Storm and Justin and all the crew, they're amazing to work with. They bring fun to the paranormal field, but yet a lot of seriousness, a lot of devotion, a lot of passion, and that's the way I am too. So that's how, really connect to them, because it's like I do the same damn thing. So the ventures have been amazing, and more to come. Season 2
awesome.
Now, starting to film season 2. We actually started season 2 a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, it's going great.
That is awesome. We need more of that, I think, in this field. With kind of remembering why everybody started it, getting into it and stuff. I think that's great that you found a crew to work with that's got the same outlook, the same, goal, in it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's real cool, especially with Storm. You haven't heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just there's shit I've seen working with him that I haven't seen in 20 years.
Oh, don't threaten me with a good time.
There are so many times that she's talking to these clients and she's picking up and talking about, their family members and this and that and what's happened, and they're dead on balls active with it. And they'll burst out crying and tears saying thank you. And oh man, I'm getting choked up right now.
Oh,
I'll sit here and I'm like, I'll start bawling.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's giving them validation.
Oh, yes.
And that's why, that's the reason all of us do it.
Yes.
To help people out, to, give them comfort, and basically, give them comfort. Well, their house is a home.
Yes.
Not being scared. And, even some of the, stuff that doesn't happen in the past, it brings it back up, at least, like I said, just comfort.
Oh, most definitely. And then you guys offer them somebody to come to with it that's understanding and not judgmental. Because sometimes it is hard to talk to people that are in the paranormal field or spiritual world that they don't completely understand. So it's nice to be able to go out there and offer that comfort and understanding and hopefully some answers to some of their questions.
Yeah, because a lot of them don't know where to run. They don't know they don't know how to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing is with Storm is that she has backing Reiki masters, tarot card readers.
Yep.
She has even places where they can go and ride horses and have a therapy, therapy type thing to get their mind clear and help. Actually, there was a client that she got a hold of and going through a bad time, and next thing you know, she gave her a therapy cat. Actually, it came from my house. I had kittens.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes, I got to find somewhere for them. I got the right person here.
Right. It's awesome to be able to help somebody like that. And like, it can be something that, like you just said, you gave her a kitty. It was, probably to you, it was, man, what am I going to do with this cat? And then it just all like fit in together to be able to help somebody like that. It's amazing, because I just started reading for people as well at my shop, and the validation with them crying is, I'm like, is this supposed to happen? 24 out of 25 have cried.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I doing something wrong? And then like, my mentor's like, no, that just happens. I'm like, these people are just walking in and they just get this sense. And I'm like, so I'm a very emotional driven person and very much an empath to a fault. So I'm like picking up on all their stuff, and I like make sure that they're like, okay. And they're like, you've done nothing wrong. It's like when I walked in here, you took all the bad that I was, feeling. And I'm like, that's awesome. But man, warn me. Cause I'm like, I'm like trying to crack jokes because that's what I do. And they're lame and cheesy and they're looking at me crying. I'm like, what's happening? So I totally understand, like, you being able to watch Stormy do that for people, just being there in her presence. It's an amazing feeling to be able to help people like that.
Yeah, it totally is. I mean, it pulls in my heart. It warms my heart. It's truly amazing. It really is. Stop
That's
it.
awesome.
Talk about it anymore. I'm getting teared up.
Oh, I completely understand. I was gonna ask, that was one of my list of random questions. Do you consider yourself spiritual? And what I mean by that, not believing ghosts, but like the believing of the card readings, or scrying into a crystal ball, or the Reiki. Now, do you believe in all that stuff?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I totally believe it. And I have for years. I've never really actually stepped into it until here recently. I've sit here and dabbled a little bit off and on, and I believe in it. But here recently, over the past, I think 3-4 months,
okay,
being around that kind of with amazing people.
Yes. Yes.
Like you. I mean, I totally believe it. I mean, like I said, there's shit I've never seen before. So, I mean, that's real good because it opened my mind up more and more.
Yes.
Spiritual side. And I think all of us in the paranormal field need to be, because, I mean, all right. For one thing, if you walk into a location and you're going to help find out or whatever, and not even help to find, if you walk into a location, you never know what you're going to walk into. I mean, that's even with going back to different kind of religion. If you walk into a place, Christianity ain't going to help y'all. Wicca isn't going to help y'all. Hoodoo, or whatever whatever you follow.
Right.
Not even follow, or just even research on, dabble in. But
thank you.
You never know. You never know what's going to help you in the situation. That's why on our team we have different, religions.
Oh, most def. Oh my God, preach on, brother. Oh my God, I am so big on the research thing. I probably say that on 99.9% of all the podcast episodes that we put out. Do your research. You don't got to believe in it, but at least get some knowledge on it, and then you can talk to me, because I've had to shut people down in a nice way. I just don't feel comfortable talking to you about this. And it may be something that I don't believe in or that I do. I can be on the other side or the same, but I'm going to shut them down if they haven't done their research, because they're not going to be able to back it. And you're absolutely right. It's you don't know what's going to help you day to day or per situation, let's say. Now straight. I come off as a cliche witch. I follow Wiccan. However, and I love doing that because it opens up the conversation, and then I can help people understand, no, I'm like the most less evil person you will probably ever meet, but they think, down on that, whatever. But with that, me claiming that's what I am, I can take from this religion, that type of thing, and there's no judgment. Well, I don't care if there's judgment. I am who I am, and that's, I think everybody needs to be open to that. I don't believe there's any one correct way. I believe they're all correct in their ways, and if we put them all together, shoot, imagine what we could do.
Oh, right.
Be crazy.
That's like, hell, you see this on. So,
Love it. Throwing up gang signs. That's what I do. They called me at work the hug thug.
There's one that everybody keeps on doing. I think it's like this right here.
Oh, dude, this is mine. It's always different. I just like to pretend.
The eyeball thing now, where you like this right here, like you were the other night on the show.
Dude, okay, I had it set up just like this last night, but that platform doesn't read all my equipment. So that's why we had to go to phone to phone to phone. We ended up with my little phone sitting on the table. We sat on the floor. Like I had this all set up and ready to go, my little makeshift studio. And I'm like, seriously, we're cramming my eye into the phone. And the more I drank, the more it was fun.
Yeah, it was amazing. I had a blast. I totally had a blast.
Oh, for sure. That's how I was like, as soon as we got off, I said, okay, I need to have him on Paranormal XL podcast because he is hilarious.
No, it wasn't me. It was you. Had us freaking rolling.
That's what I try to do. And that's what I like bringing into the paranormal world and even investigating. I don't do much of that anymore. Well, clearly because of Rona, but I just kind of backed out of it because there was a lot of negative coming out and I didn't want any part of that. But I tried to bring in the funniness approach. And that's why I was like, man, if we ever investigate together, I hope you don't plan on getting anything because besides a stomach ache from laughing. Like we've been to a few locations, like we stopped at a few, Pier Cheney Cemetery was one when we all went up to Paracon one year and we're out there being all scared and everything. It's dark. And here I am cracking jokes. We're getting lost. And they're like, Sarah, it's serious time. And here I'm supposed to be like the lead investigator. I'm like, no, you all are good, right? Right. Okay. It's because I'm scared. I scare myself.
But the thing is on investigations that I've just picked up over the years. Whenever I get my best EVPs, whenever everybody's just sitting here talking, not like all the time, but sitting here talking, happened or even playing pool. Which that reminds me, Wilson Castle. Me and Justin, we were up we were up the top of the pool table. We're sitting here playing pool, and Sarah Storm came up there and set out a stationary recorder.
Mhm.
They rolled while we were playing pool, and we weren't really talking that much. We just sitting every now and then would make jokes. And I'll be damned if they didn't get a couple of EVPs while we were up. It was just me and Justin. You get a female voice and a male voice, and everybody else downstairs gets warm.
Yeah.
So it's definitely it's pretty cool to even try something like that because that's whenever.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. Doing the audio podcast like I do, when I'm editing, I'm going through and I'm like listening because I'm like, oh, okay, me and Mary here, we're very much both spiritual people. We're like, okay. And we've done some like, there's a video on YouTube where we did like a seance type thing or whatever, and we got some stuff. And then we went out to Stryker Cemetery, which is over in Hastings. So if you ever come up to Michigan, get a hold of me. I got some awesome places you'd love to see, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Stryker Cemetery is actually where we go to test out our new equipment and stuff like that.
I like that because actually bringing up Paranormal 911, a story on there was it was a cemetery right down the road from my house where I used to investigate, and that's where I would take newbies that just wanted to join. Just I'll take them down there and see exactly how they would handle it.
Yep.
He's extremely active, and that's whenever I think it was like 4 or 5 times I was there. But this is like years ago when this happened. Well, it was 11, 12. I don't know. I was on.
I did know that from stalking. I mean, research.
I mean, that's in that place right there. It just happened to. That's whenever the wreck scene, Rex Paulson Cemetery, and that's whenever everything just went from there. You have to watch the episode. I think it's called Paranormal 911.
Probably in my history.
I know Haunted Hospital. That episode that was called Obsession. So,
okay.
Yeah, but the other one I think it was episode 6, season 1, episode 6.
See, I gotta go back through. My daughter and I binge watched that, and I gotta go back through because now I know who you are. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I talked to him.
I mean, the thing is with a lot of the shows out there. The good thing is about you're out there telling your story.
Yes, most definitely.
Making it public, and maybe somebody else is actually going through it.
Oh my god, thank you.
Through the same thing, so they might they see how you're going through it. They can contact you with that. They see how you handle it, and maybe they can handle it that.
Right.
That's the whole. It's not about getting out there and being famous or paranormal stuff, if that word. But it's not out there being famous. It's basically you're doing it. It's fun and it's good. You're like, oh yeah, well you do that. It's cool.
Right.
It's cool. But you're also attempting to help. If you have a voice and express your opinion. I mean, your situation, whatever happened to you, and maybe to help others out there.
Man, you're going to make me cry because you're so damn humble. And that's something I pride myself on. I pride myself on being humble. That sounds horrible, but but I do. And I think it's great to meet somebody that has done everything that you have, and you remember why you got into it. It was to help other people, even if it's just sharing your story and to help somebody that you'll never even meet, but they watched it or they heard it. And that's exactly. See, man, you're good at this game.
Well, hopefully I can make you cry before it's over. Make me cry earlier.
No. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole reason.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, and, I mean, also, I like it because my daughter, son, they could sit here and whenever I pass away, they're now I'm getting choked up. Whenever, I pass away, oh, my dad did this, my dad was doing this, my dad attempted to help people, blah, blah, blah. So, that's what really, it's like.
I just love that so much.
I mean, they start missing me. I mean, they get, 30 years old and they're they get married or whatever, and I'm not around. I mean, here's my dad, So.
Yep, that's what he did. Yep, that is so important to teach your kids that. I have my oldest is going to be 19 this month, and then I have my youngest is 13, and both of them. She's got out of hers since she's gotten older, but I had both of them do nonprofits, and hers was DABA, which was Destiny's Anti-Bully Army, and we raised money for a bully suicide. The girl was 12, and we raised money to help pay for the funeral and get a headstone and stuff because her mom was single with another baby. And then my son, his is Ethan's Mission Warriors, and this boy, I'm sorry, I'm going to brag my kids up right now. I know this is about you. But
no, it's not about me. This is about
my kids. He's 13 now. On his 11th birthday, we started the Ethan's Mission Warriors up. We raised money for a cancer week that he had at school. I taught him how to sew, and we sewed a bunch of aprons and sold them. And then there's a teen center here that helps teens that got nowhere to go or whatever. And he's like, Mom, I really want to help them. So I said, okay. So I got a hold of the director there. They are such wonderful people, and they do all of this. They don't get paid to do any of this. They're just helping these kids, which is phenomenal. And Ethan wanted to be part of that. So they had like this game room, and they let me use it for a surprise birthday party for him. This little boy. So everybody came and they gave donations. But this little boy opened up all his birthday cards and everything and wanted to give away almost $600 in birthday money to them.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh, man, because I just cut a check for like $1,500 so that he had raised for them during that whole month. And I'm like, all right, buddy, because he made me all, choke up. And he's 11. I'm like, what in the hell? I was like, you keep your money. And then I wrote another check for that same amount and gave it to them. I was like, oh my God, dude. Like, I think it's so important, especially in the world that we live in, to instill that in our kids, that no matter which way you find a way to help somebody, whether it be in the paranormal field or in the way that like Ethan and Destiny did, that's so important to involve your kids and show them that, they may not be into the paranormal stuff, but as long as they know that their dad helped, that's all they need to know.
They can, whatever they like, they like, like the kids. I mean, I totally agree. They can find another route to help people out or help a person out or whatever. I mean, yeah.
Most definitely. It's I do have some more random questions. My daughter wanted me to ask, have you ever been possessed?
Well, I've been married 3 times. So,
see, what happened was, yeah, I get it.
I mean, just go from there. So, it might be me, it might be all. I don't think so, but anyway, it probably wasn't. No, never. Never. I've never seen a possession.
Okay, that was my next question.
There was something that I wasn't part of, and I'm not real deep into it. But it looked like it was pretty legit. So I don't know. But I tell you what, though, I've had 14 demonic cases, and all of them were sleep paralysis.
It's a stickler.
Yeah. So except for one, I don't know what it was. I think it was mostly about that. But other than that, no possession, demons, all that stuff. No, never run across demon. I mean, look at it this way, which I don't know if I have or not. But
right.
The way I look at it is that we all have
almost definitely.
We all got something inside that's unleashed. I mean, if you have somebody that's going through a lot of negativity, a lot of life that just going on that wow. And you get somebody to come to them and show, hey, look, I'm afraid of you. I'm going to release something, blah, blah, blah. You're possessed. Of course, they're going to break down. And they're going to have emotions. They're going to be, because they're releasing all that.
Right.
But I mean, that's just my theory on it, and it's not really set in stone. I'll put it out.
Well, right. It's one of those things we can't prove.
Right. But other than that, no, never ran across anything like that.
Well, that's good.
Negative spirits. I mean, I always look at them as negative spirits. I mean, if you're an asshole in life, you're going to be an asshole in death.
Oh my God. It's like talking to myself. I say you. I smell what you're cooking. Oh my God.
Picking up what I'm throwing down.
Yes. Oh my God. That's I say that all the time because I don't necessarily, I'm not saying they're not there.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But I don't necessarily believe demons. If they are there, they're not going to show themselves because they don't want to be seen. They don't want to be known. That's what makes them a demon, essentially. And in my thought process, anyway, I could easily be wrong.
Yeah, we don't know. We won't know until we pass away, and we meet the good Lord or the higher or anybody's higher power. We won't know.
Yes.
We won't want to fucking know. We're like, oh, okay.
Never mind. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, have you ever been abducted by aliens? I told you these were going to be fun questions.
Once again, I've been married 3 times.
The aliens made me do it.
Yep. But no, absolutely not. But I do have a theory.
Oh, sweet.
I had years ago. We were actually, I was sitting in the back of the car, and 2 females that were sitting up front. Actually, we were all working. Clinton, Mississippi. We're passing through Clinton, Mississippi. We were on I-20 right before the Clinton exit, right before we go under the overpass. Everything just went fucking white. It was like somebody got a piece of paper and just put it right over. I mean, right. Everything whited out. Everything got caught in. I thought there was something wrong with it. I really did.
We
took the exit, and the girl driving, she stopped at the convenience store, and she just stopped and sat there. And both of them were looking straight ahead. I was like, I chimed in. I was like, did y'all see something? They turned around and looked at me like, yes, everything was whited out. And it happened with it whited out for 3 seconds.
Right.
So could that be something to do with aliens, or could it be a slip of timeline? I don't know.
Both.
Yeah. I never witnessed it before, and I was like, oh, that was weird. I mean, that was the first experience I had. The other one was on I-20 in West Jackson with my cousin, and we look over. Actually, we just left the strip club. But I mean, he was driving, and I looked over in the freaking field. It was actually a cotton field at the time, but I mean, it was already been cut and all that, and harvest. I look over, and there was nothing. It was like just green light, straight green light on the ground. It looked like the color of the what are the lights in Alaska?
Oh,
Yeah.
It is like talking to myself. The auroras or whatever they call
or lights or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like on the ground, and then bam, disappeared. So that's I don't know, and it wasn't a combine or anything like
right.
Like those colors neon.
Right. Did you by any chance didn't have a chance to like check out the time like before it happened or after or anything? That's something I always wanted to look into.
By the way, I'm glad you brought that up because I lost. We lost like 7 minutes whenever we saw the whiteout.
Right.
7 freaking minutes. The only reason I knew that is because I remember seeing it before, and then I started because I watched shows and stuff like that. I was like, we lost 7 minutes. So where to go? I don't know.
And we're back. I'll put a commercial in there.
Hold on. Before you do that, you'll see what I was doing.
What was you doing?
I was making funny faces.
Oh, I do that all the time. Oh my gosh. So we're talking about aliens, slipping time. See, I think they're connected.
Yeah. I mean, they could be, totally could be. And see, also the theory is that, spirits, Bigfoot, cryptos, all that is there's theories out there that they're all alien, So I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a real big alien kind of guy, but I know there is something out there that works doing.
1 second, I'm gonna see if this will change while we're recording.
Look at that. Oh God, that's my ex. Where did you get that picture?
I love me some Bigfoot, and that was actually one of my questions, I think. Thoughts on Bigfoot or Yetis?
Yeah, absolutely. I totally believe, had an experience a while back, which I can't name name the name of. Well, actually, I'll tell you some of the story first.
Okay.
I was at Bannock Playground, Pittsburgh, Mississippi, and went out there daytime. Went out there because totally haunted. Closed down in the 50s. Still had the monkey bars, like half moon shaped monkey bars, and swings, stuff like that. And even the desk, it's like the red ones that went straight down and went up under. And you had a chain in front of the hook,
Right.
Yeah, but out there, I was taking photos, and there was a couple of murders there. Years shut down 50, paranormal investigation, and photography. And while I was out there, there was something probably about 30, 40, 50 yards away to right at the wood line. It stood up about 6 7 feet tall, had a reddish brown coat. When it stood up, it didn't look or anything, but it just started walking real fast toward the bottom where it creeped. I saw it.
I seen it.
I didn't know what the fuck I saw.
What the fuck I saw, but I seen it.
So I was like, I'm getting the hell out of here. I will turn around, walk away, and on the way home, I was sitting here thinking, what did I just see, man? What did I see? I know
it. Squatch. You saw a squatch.
Never said it was. I never said it was. Never said it was.
I am.
Okay, you can.
Oh, man.
I mean, it was, oh my God, I think that story made it to like South Korea in like 3 days. It was all over.
Oh, wow.
Clarence Ledger, Bigfoot in Mississippi, or Bigfoot in Vicksburg. It was actually my good friend, Teresa April. She's the one that did the story on it. And it was viral, but I never said it was. But it was cool. It's a year later, almost on the anniversary day, in November, almost on the anniversary. I'm driving down the road, back in, I have a truck logo out. Guy sits here, pulls up side, and he's flagging, pull over his name, Peyton Lask, and he goes to the church right next to the Banner Playground. He tells me that the other day he saw a footprint right next to the AC unit, and there was a trail going down to the bottom of the creek. And he took a cast of it and all that stuff. I was like, all right, cool. I met up with him. He showed me the cast. It definitely wasn't a bear, even though Mac Moneymaker said it was there, but it wasn't really a bear.
You always got those mean skeptics.
Well, I mean, finding Bigfoot Mac it up, but he it had a little bit of hair and all that on it. But anyway, I thought it was pretty cool. It was almost on the anniversary date, and I went walking down the path. It was like a deer trail, a little bit wider. And I went walking down the path, and I saw some more marks. These prints look just like this. Knuckles been in a long time.
No shit. And
it was like it was walking down like that. And I'm like, yeah, maybe that could be it. I don't know, but I looked back up and I told them, I was like, I have no idea what this is, but I probably don't
want to know.
Yeah, so
I know.
But yeah, really wanted to, but
yeah, see, I get all excited about aliens and Bigfoot and stuff, but man, if I actually saw one, escape as the human race, we are not ready for any of that business, for aliens, for anything. Like, look what's going on. We're not ready. There's Storm Area 51. I don't think so. Okay, we are not ready.
Absolutely not.
No. That was the best thing ever. Was you in on that?
No, I did put all the going. Yeah, I mean, I knew.
Oh, that's awesome.
And this and that. Hell, I wasn't going out there and get my ass shot.
Hell no. Some things are better left in the unknowing.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps us going. I know in the paranormal field or out there squatching, whatever. I always say that's what I'm doing when I take a walk up north because my parents got a cabin up there. Yeah. I go walking out in the woods. I'm like, where are you going? I was like, squatching. What are you doing? If I see one, awesome. That'll be the time I don't have my phone, but awesome.
Who probably don't know, I mean, the people that don't know what that is, watching, I mean, they probably think you're going up in the bathroom. Really?
Yeah, I got to remember that sometimes. We got our own terms on things. But squatching's a hell of a time, let me tell you.
I think we're actually going to be doing, we're going to be doing some stuff like that. This coming up February 12th.
Okay.
Ended up getting a event together. See, we're investigating Bonnie and Clyde and Bush. It's where they were murdered at, kill site and everything.
Right. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean Bonnie, Clyde, and Bush.
That is awesome because I also do my true crime podcast, so that stuff interests me too. That is awesome, dude.
I mean, it's a small museum, but there's so much stuff in there. There's even the original Bonnie, a lock of Bonnie's hair. I mean, this place is freaking amazing.
Man, imagine what we could summon with that lock of hair.
Right?
Sorry, that's the witch in me talking. I'm sorry.
Oh Lord, you're not coming
Love and light. Love and light. Love and light. I'm kidding. Kidding, not kidding. Yes, go on.
The place is cool though. It really is.
That is awesome.
And like I said, Shannon set it up that on the 12th, that Friday, we're going to camp out at Chris's place, which I don't know what she wants last name, but she's right down the road, and it's like abandoned homestead village type, which is and all that. It's pretty cool.
Man.
Out there and do some urbex stuff, and also maybe doing some Bigfoot watching. Yeah.
I'm on my way.
The thing is, it looks like it might snow, but we're all gonna have to.
Oh, we are in a huge snowstorm right now. I get it. So right now, I'd be seeing a Yeti and not a Squatch, and
No, I've been seeing all the weather. Friend Kirsten, she was showing the picture and all that. But I mean, you know Kirsten. I was hearing people podcast. She wasn't able to make it that night because of snow.
Kirsten?
Yeah, Kirsten.
I don't.
Stuff on me. Don't freeze up.
I don't even got to meet them. I just love everybody. I just need everybody to know that they're loved. That Squatch loves you.
He doesn't look like it. That looks like a mean face. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot. Y'all had a lot.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm about done. I'm ready for even just spring. And because that means I can go do things. This green screen is freaking great, dude. Behind you. Yeah, he's kind of on the wrong side of me, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we could have switched mics, but we're not going to.
Baby Yoda. Oh yeah, I won't.
Chicken nuggy, I want chicken nuggy. See, there would be no seriousness. Well, there's no seriousness on anything I do. It's pretty great. I live a pretty great life.
Into the blanket to smother baby.
Oh no. You know, Baby Yoda's making his entrance.
That is so cool.
No, I like to have a good time. What is your funnest experience so far with everything that you've done? Because you've done so much, which is like totally freaking awesome.
I mean, all of it's amazing. I mean, just here recently, I think my best experience, and well, one of the experiences actually, it's a show, but the science channel here talking about my foot experience. So, yep, about my story and all that. So that'll be
most definitely
soon.
That'll be on what soon? Sorry,
Science Channel.
Oh, Science Channel. So, yeah. All right,
it'll be pretty interesting. But
I'm taking note.
That was a real fun experience filming with those guys. And but here recently, the funnest time I'm having is, of course, filming with Spooky Days.
Almost definitely. Why wouldn't you? That's awesome. Like to have that opportunity and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, good friends and actually sit here talking. And, I mean, we had downtime and we all get along together. I mean,
yes.
Freaking amazing.
Enjoy doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, being on the Paranormal XL podcast. Yep. Shameless promotion. So of course,
Paranormal XL is your favorite though, right? Next to yours.
That's it. This here. Put another one on there. Paranormal XL.
I'm just saying, because like you have aliens in this one, we had Bigfoot in this one.
We got Baby Yoda sitting there looking at whatever the light is. Oh, and okay, do it. I want to see it.
I was so excited to do that all day. Like I told my one friend at work, because there's only like 9 of us, so I have like one friend I hang out with. So I'm like, I'm going to start this interview wearing the Chewbacca mask. Like, you don't even understand how excited I am. She's like, I'm going to have to wait until Monday to hear about this. I was like, I will text you.
I wish I would have took a picture of it. All right, we get off. I've got to take a picture of it. That was awesome. That's a
I did
great
it
way
again.
to forget.
I like to make a good impression and a fun one. I want to be known as the fun person.
Oh Lord.
What is your favorite paranormal show? Dun, dun, dun. Besides the one that you're on right now.
I was about to say the ones that I own. I mean,
I know you're partial to those. I get that. But like, let's say you're at home and you're flipping through the channels. What do you stop on? You're like, oh shit, yeah.
I really don't watch. Now,
I hear you.
now I do. I tell you what though, I do like ghosts. You know, I like the old ghost hunters. I like the new ghosts.
Mhm.
I do like them. I mean, yeah, because I mean, Daryl and Brian. I mean, great. All of them are freaking all style.
Yeah.
Great people. Now I will. You know, just sitting here and just watching TV and just clicking it on. Probably, let's see, most terrifying places in America. Not because I was on it, because I mean, it's cool history and location.
Yes, that's my favorite part about being in the paranormal is the history stuff I've got to learn.
But I mean, basically, that's about it. I mean, I won't actually sit here and tune in and watch them because I do it. You know.
Right. Yep. No, I get it. I was just wondering, like, if you had one that, like, if you're now that you have free time, because who has that as adult? If you're adulting, right, you don't got no free time. But you know, it was like on our way up to Paracon 2 years ago now. We all binge watched. Amanda was part of this. Amanda Sutton. We binge watched Ghost Brothers through the whole night. We walk in. I shit you not, Ghost Brothers. They're the first people I see. I fangirl out for about a half hour.
They are freaking amazing,
dude. They were so awesome. I was like, oh. And then I hustled them. I got a picture around here somewhere. It was Marcus that wasn't there. But they were selling like their pictures, autographed pictures or whatever. And they're like, well, I think it was like 15 for some and 20 for or 20 for all of them. But only one of the pictures that you could buy had the autograph with Marcus in it. And I said, I'll give you 15 for that. He looks over and he's like, man, we're being hustled. I said, he's not here. I said, why would I? That's the one I paid the full $20 and I got a couple selfies with him because at first I fangirled out and I had to pull myself together. I was like,
they are totally awesome. You pronounce the name Juan, right?
Juan? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But anyway, we actually well, they had an event going on.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually Paracon down in Mobile. But we went down there and they had the event going on, met them, talked to them, this and that. We had a booth set up as well. Well, afterwards, I was like, I want to go to the event, you know, the ghost hunt. So, I paid my money, went out there. Next thing you know, I mean, just sitting here talking to him and this and that, and it's a real cool cat. Well, they were overbooked. And I looked at them, I was like, dude, I'll leave. Next thing you know, I'm sitting here investigating. We got the team. I'm in real small locations in our here. David!
That is awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, I want to investigate David. With David. David. I'm like, dude, that's pretty cool. Hell yeah. You know, because we talked paranormal at the time and this and that, you know? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like I was just out there because there's everybody else.
Yeah.
But he came up there, man, and he pulled me away from that group, pulled somebody, and pulled me in there with them, and we started investigating with this other team. And we were asking questions, what shit going on. And I asked a question, I was like, are you the one that puts the lotion on the skin? Look, both of them, I mean, they're sitting right here. They looked at me at the same time and went, what? I was like, man, hey, you never know what spirits will respond to. And I was like, I get you. And then they started saying, and then he was like, all right, say, Peter Piper picked I can't even say it.
Peter Piper picked the pack of pickle peppers.
I can't say it, but I mean, sitting here,
it's rough.
You know, bullshitting, chatting with them.
Yeah.
And, it was cool, real laid back people. And hell, the next day we had to be at the Paracon and we were all drained.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I'd walk by him, he'd look at me and say, fucked up. I mean, well, he didn't look at it. And, you know, laughing. And I looked at him and I was like, hell yeah, like that. You know, every time I'd see him, he'd say, hey, shut up. You know?
Yeah, you had that banter. And that's awesome, that natural banter between you.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, real cool cats.
That is awesome. They are. I'm all talking like I've never met them. And I shit you not. Oh my God. When I went to the Paracon up in Sault Ste. Marie here, you got to come up to that one. That's like one of the biggest ones they have. Dude, it is insane. And on your way, stop at like Pure Ch- There's so many places to stop, but there's so much history up there. Like even if you go for like one day, but you plan like the weekend, whatever. There's so many places to get into, to try to get into, to investigate at that time. Like it's just the history up there in the Native American lands and stuff. It's just insane and straight up squatching, because why wouldn't you when you're like up in the UP of Michigan? Like, come on, that's what you're gonna do. There's so much to do. Oh man, Paracon was insane that year. Like I went around the first room with like all like the people and stuff, and I had to go sit down. Like I was so overwhelmed. my spiritual mentors were like, "Oh, Sarah, you're gonna be okay," and I'm like, "I'm not. This is so great. This is the best day of my life." Okay, I have 2 wonderful children. I have a great husband. I'm like, this is the best day of my life. This is so awesome. Yeah, it was the best day of my life. One of them. Yeah, I fangirl out a lot. And that was happening even today, because I just know that you've done so much in the paranormal world. I'm jealous at the same time, though. I'm so happy for you to be able, and you got yourself out there to do that, and you're doing it all for the right reasons, and you're like having all these awesome experiences and stuff. Like, oh man, no regrets. Like, that's so awesome. YOLO, bitches.
There's definitely no regrets to it. It just, I mean, over the years,
Jeez.
just over the years, met so many experiences.
Yeah. I'm going to live vicariously through you now, just so you know. That's what I'm gonna be doing. So what is, because you just said like 20 years, what is the oldest location that you've been to? Because we talked about how much we like the history of it.
Oh man, oldest?
Yeah.
The oldest, probably 17.
Yeah.
Like 17. They're probably the oldest.
Awesome.
Other than that, yeah, that's about it.
All right.
Yeah, investigate.
Yeah.
I mean, cemeteries, like, oh yeah, that's where people are laid to rest. But you got also leftover humans. Leftover humans could be from the leftover trauma.
Right.
This and that. I mean, leftover years could also cause people to go home. If you go home, say for 30 years, sit here, and you go home, you sit in your favorite recliner, turn the freaking TV on, lay back, sit there. That's what you do. That's how we come to lay down, right? I like that in the back.
I love cemeteries, and I love the fact that you jumped into like people's thoughts on that, because I've been asked about that. And I like, when I go to a cemetery, I have a sense of like, what I say, calming when I go. That's why I enjoy going to cemeteries. People are like, well, why would you go there to investigate? Why would you go there to test your equipment like you do? And my theory on that is, you can tell me I'm batshit crazy. That's cool. Whatever. I got a shirt that says that. I don't really, but I probably should. That is probably the last place that most of these people saw all their family and loved ones in one place. Why wouldn't they want to go back to that?
The dog is barking.
Yeah. That's fine.
Commercial break. All right, go ahead and continue. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about we were rudely interrupted by the dog.
That is okay. If anybody else was trying to interrupt, but it's the dog, that's okay. Now, my theory is that is the last place that people have seen their loved ones and friends and such all in one place, and probably wondering why they're sitting there grieving and who died, and it was them. I mean, I don't know if that's just a theory that I have on why some of these spirits or the energy has stayed at a cemetery, just because that was the last place that they've seen everybody that they cared about.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that totally makes 100% agree. I mean, that's like what I was saying with the leftover energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All that stuff, why couldn't your energy stuff? So if you're having all these family members go out there and they're crying and they're upset, some of them are happy because you're actually moving on to a better place. How come their energy couldn't be left in that area? Because
right.
A lot of emotion. Emotions, different kind of mixed emotions. They hit one area, explode like,
Oh, most definitely.
Why couldn't some of the stuff there absorb all like trees?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love cemeteries.
I do too. Oh my gosh, the one in Natchez, Mississippi, that's a great cemetery. Of course, it's world.
All right, so we gotta make a deal right now. I'm gonna come down there. You're gonna show me all those cool cemeteries. You come up here, I'm gonna show you all the cool cemeteries.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Some of my favorite ones are the Quaker cemeteries. We got quite a few of them up here, like in the middle of the woods and shit. Like, awesome. Like freaking sweet awesome.
Oh my god, that sound effect whenever you did it.
Yeah, I have my own sound effects. I don't even need a soundboard for that.
I
Tell me. Gotta save money somehow. I ain't got the money for a soundboard. Shit.
I pay for a lot of that.
Yeah. You work with what you got.
Yeah.
What is your best piece of evidence, you would say? Scientific evidence. What was the one that made you go like, oh shit, wow, that is a Squatch? Or sorry, just kidding.
I mean, I love it. I mean, my favorite piece of equipment is camcorder and portable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, going to a client, which I have done here, client residential, here soon. Here recently, I've done residential, but I've had to stop it for protection But let's see. Yeah, EPP's definitely. I think the one that really stood out was it was at Glam.
Okay.
Actually, it's downtown Victoria, Mississippi. The same place that Ghost Adventure filmed at. What I filmed with Zach and them, it's the same place.
I read that. Sorry, you keep going with your story, but remind me more.
We also filmed within the hospital. That was called Glam House. I got this EVP. No, I'm sorry. No, I was part of the investigation. One of my investigators, Chris Burke,
okay.
He was up on the second floor, and he was just sitting here talking, and he stopped. And next thing you know, this little girl comes over, comes on the recorder and says, "I'm still alive." I feel sad. It is so sad. I mean,
what?
Yeah, and two dudes up there, like, "Still alive in here." It is so sad.
I just got you can't see, but I just got the chills when you said that. That is effed up, dude.
I've got it on SoundCloud. I mean, I'll send you the link to it.
Oh my god.
My EVPs on there. Well, I mean, I didn't catch it, but Chris did.
Yeah.
That one, and there was one in Vicksburg on Sherman Avenue. During the daytime, we were at an old hospital, Jefferson Davis had, but it was actually an old house, and they tore the house down. And during the daytime, I just got my recorder going, and there was a garbage bag on the ground, or that's the way. And I was like, shit, what's in that bag? Is there the person that was with me was like, I don't know, it looks like something's in it. And then I was like, shit, I ain't gonna check it out. And then it was her voice saying, "It's me, I'm in the bag." Yeah, all that's on time. Yeah, it messed me up. So it's like, I never did check that bag.
No. Oh, hell no.
I didn't find out until the next day, whenever I went over all that. Oh, shit.
Yeah, some things are just better left not touched.
Yeah, but I've got multiple. Those right there are probably ones that really stand out. Ooh, Conjuring House.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I want to hear this. Shit.
That was very intense. Actually, I was up there with, filming Spooky Babies, Paranormal show. Storm was in the basement, Justin and Barrett, they were down in there, and more other people upstairs. Barrett was there too. Yeah, we were in the basement. And there's a well down there. It's got water. There's a well down there. And we moved the boy out to the well. And Storm was sitting there, and she's doing the sensory deprivation. And there's a REM pod sitting good, it's probably about 5 feet away from the well. And she's doing that. And during that time, I'm in the hallway, the basement, out of that room where the well is. And I'm looking for him to chatter back and forth. And I call Justin over. Justin, keep off it. I didn't even tell him he chattered. That was validation. He goes in there, and he goes to pull Storm out of the session.
Right.
Standing up. Whenever she stands up, that REM pod standing there, that REM pod for no reason starts going off right next to the well. And as soon as that happened, she said, "Something's coming up the well. Something's coming after us. Something's coming to get us." My trick, I look at her, I look at the well, and I kick the board right back over the well, covering the well. The REM pod stopped. It's all on video.
You're scaring me.
Yeah, it's all on video. All on video.
That is crazy.
That'll give you another reason to watch season 1 with the Dave Paranormal show.
Oh, I'm going to. I'm so going to.
It is so freaking intense. But that right there really got me.
Dude.
That all of us, we hauled ass upstairs because that was just REM pods, they're hard to set off.
Oh yeah.
So
I would have flipped a lot of tables on my way upstairs. No.
That place is fucked up.
Oh my god.
It's intense. If you go in there not prepared, you don't need it.
Oh, so scary. Okay, so at places that are scary, now one of the questions I had was, do you have any rituals that you do before going into investigations?
Yes. I pray. Yes, pray. Say pray before I go in, pray before I go out, but also, just also grounding. Definitely grounding. That's one of the main things. And thanks to Barrett, Storm, and all them, they turned me on to the ground. I used to not
Yes.
pray, but now, go up there. It don't matter how cold it is. We take our shoes off, socks off, and we sit out there. We sit in a circle and we ground.
Yeah, you do what you gotta do. Whether it's real or not, I'd rather be safe than sorry. And that's what I tell people that when we've taken people out to investigate with us, I was like, you may think we're crazy, but you're joining in if you're gonna be any part of this.
Exactly.
Like, it's not gonna hurt you. If it doesn't work, you'll never know. If it does, you'll never know. So what's the harm in it? It's not hurting you in a physical way. You're good to go. And I give everybody their their piece of tourmaline. I'm big on the protection stones too, because rocks are pretty. So everybody take in their tourmaline too. And then if all else fails, you throw it at whatever's coming to you.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
I mean,
heavy enough.
We'll have you covered in all areas. You got to be smart about it. Yeah, that's something I always like to ask people, like what their safety protocols are before they go into an investigation. Good to always have them.
Oh, yeah. You got to go in there with something, walk out with something.
Oh, most definitely, because you don't ever.
And that's another reason why weekend warriors, they go out there and they don't do all this stuff. If they want to, why they have to. They want to. Just jumping into it, you don't have anybody to actually help you out, or even any kind of information to help you out. Now, I would say, get into the field, do it, be a weekend warrior, but get a hold of one of the teams that are out there in the area, or want to do your research on them, this and that, and reach out. Don't just jump into it, man. Because you jump into it, you never know what the hell you want to get yourself in.
Almost definitely. That's another thing I was going to ask. What are your feelings on what is? I don't want to say that. I think the word starts with a P.
Hey, easy.
Whoa. What kind of show is this?
That word is nasty.
Like trying to, I guess, irritate a spirit so you get kind of a reaction. What are your thoughts on that when you see investigators doing that?
No, really against provoke. Totally.
Thank you. That's the P word I was looking for.
So, I mean, if you go into any kind of structure or wherever it's supposedly haunted, you go in there, you treat them like they're still alive. You treat them like human beings. You don't go in there and be an asshole and say, you talk to me, come here, talk to me. You don't do that. That is, you respect them like you would respect the living. Which there are a lot of people out there that don't respect the living or the dead. But I mean, treat them the way that you would.
Thank you. Yes. I'm like, thank you. No, that is refreshing. You are so refreshing to talk to. And I say that because it's like talking to myself. Yeah, stay humble, everybody. No, but really, stay humble. No, it so many new investigators are in it. And this is why I do pre-recorded.
That adds to it.
They're in it for the wrong reasons, and it makes me sad because they're missing out on so much. And like, it would be awesome. Like, you've been able to go to locations and have stuff happen because you have a camera crew, and that is flippin' sweet. But so many of the people don't. But they're so worried about getting everything on camera that they're so focused in a camera. They probably got a spirit right behind them going, blah, 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 and they will never, ever know. And it makes me so sad to think that. And when I wasn't in charge, or when I had the PXL crew, that is one thing I was like, okay, last thing we're going to worry about is the camera stuff. And then I had somebody actually offer to do the camera work for us. They weren't interested in like investigating and stuff, but they'd hold the camera. I was like, freaking sweet, because I am about having the video evidence too, but I want people to go out there and experience for your personal self, because you can have all the evidence in the world and you're still going to have people that are like, meh, 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 meh. And that's okay, as long as you know, because you're out there doing it for your own reasons.
Right. The thing is that over the years, whenever I had somebody running the camera, this and that, I want to be on film, blah, 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 blah. Dude, you are investigating. You're a part of it. You are one of the main ones. You've got the camera. I mean, like whenever we did an episode with Stormy down in New Orleans, I was cameraman. I had the camera. I was totally involved. I'm like, shit, I want to see
Shit, yo.
It is a good, main part of the whole thing because you're captured, you're capturing the investigators, their action, their personal experience, and that right there goes a long way.
Yeah, it does, and that's why I was so geeked. Like when we had somebody volunteer to do that, because I know some of my crew members would miss out, because we're trying, and I got thinking about it. I was like, man, you guys are missing out on some of the stuff that we're seeing because we're split off into groups in different rooms, and we only got one person having a camera or whatever. I went and got like a DVR system so we could have cameras up, but we could all still be doing our own thing. And it does make me super sad to know that some of these people that are out there that do want to experience this stuff don't get to because they're so focused on having, I gotta, and it's like, no, man, set that down. You're doing this for you, yo, like
exactly.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, take a break from it, enjoy it. And and it does. Now, going back to getting the feel for the wrong where he's probably famous and that, you're not going to fucking get rich off of it, man. The only rich one out there is probably Zach Bagans because he's smart in what he did, especially his retirement. If that's his retirement for the museum, he is brilliant.
Have you been there?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God. That was the only reason I went to Vegas. Vegas, the museum.
I want to go. Dude. Went there not too long ago and they told me I'm
worth the visit, dude. Totally. And I think it was like $45. I'm like, seriously, I'm flying out for the weekend. It's my first time out in Vegas. I'm like, I'm not much of a gambler or anything. It was all right. It was cool to say that I went there. Yeah. To me, it wasn't at all like they showed on TV. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I need to go to the museum now. That's why I'm here. And I went there and that was like the best time, hands down, of my whole life. But they don't let you take anything in. And then they ask if anybody's an investigator. And of course, I'm like, do you have anything? I'm like, no. And then they make you like turn off your phone and everything. I'm like, damn it. But if I would have had my phone and stuff, I would have missed out on a lot of the tour. Wow. And it is an hour and a half to 2 hours long. There's so many rooms, so many things. Like you will feel so many things because you personally are opened up more even. Oh, one of the rooms I was just like, okay. And I had to leave another one because I got so emotionally sad. It was it was one of the serial killer rooms. Dr. Kevorkian.
Oh yeah. I heard about that. That's so funny that you brought that up because Storm picked up some shit in there too.
Oh man, you walk in the room where they had the bus and then they have this wall of all the names. So much sadness. And I was the first one. They're like, who wants to open the door to the next one? I'm like, I will. Like an idiot, because let me tell you, that first room they take you in, they're like, oh, look at all this stuff. And they're like, Zach's got this secret doll room. Yeah. And they're like, only 2 you get to peek in. So I was like, and was meeting another girl. And then they had a little person going, give me your teeth. Give me your teeth. I'm like, what in the hell? And she comes running out of these dolls, dressed like a doll. I trample over this young gal that got to peek in with me. You would think I would have learned not to say me. Oh, hell no. I was like, this is a one in a lifetime chance for me. I was like, me, torture me. Like, I opened that room door to the Jack Kevorkian bus, and it was just the sadness that overwhelmed was just, but it wasn't like a bad sad, if that makes sense.
Well, I know Justin was saying that he wanted to get out. He didn't want to be out. He just felt overwhelmed.
Yes, it's a lot coming at you all at once being a spiritual person. Most definitely. That's one that I truly, I'll never forget, especially that room. The serial killer area that he's got was awesome. With being in the paranormal podcast and the true crime podcast, it was just like, that was Disney World to me. Dude, you so gotta go. Go. So worth it. So freaking worth it. Like, all the different things. I know they changed things out too that they have, but the Dubuque box, that room, freaking sweet. And there's one, you don't get to stop. Like, you go through and like you have to keep walking. They don't let you stop. They take like all the precautions that they can. It's absolutely insane.
Okay,
yeah, I'm like, like, that's, if I ever had the chance to go out to Vegas again, that would be my only stop. Yeah. I got to see the other stuff. Yeah, it was cool. It was all right. Not the same, as I'm sure it was like 30, 50 years ago. But you go to that museum, what? It is awesome, dude. Totally awesome. I bought some sage from there, and I call it my Zach sage, and I still have it. Haven't burned it.
Oh, before I get off.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you a story about Aaron.
Okay.
Well, we're at King Hospital, filming the episode Spirits on the Sea. It's like a 4-part episode. It's pretty cool. We're
Okay.
at the hospital, and I hear Aaron, hey, y'all come here. It's a gecko. Look, it's changing color. I'm sitting here like, we're in Mississippi. So I go walking over there. Like, and this place is just, firewooded and all that shit. Like, it's abandoned hospital. Yeah, there, dude, green and just turn brown, man. I said, watch it. I looked at him, I was like, yeah, that's a green lizard. That's a lizard, bro. He looked at me and said, oh, okay. I was like, hey, you know what we used to do whenever we were kids with green lizards? He's like, what? We used to grab them when they grab them by the back of their neck, they're open the mouth. Because, they got these, and we'd put them on the ears and they're cutting down the ear like when you got an earring. He looked at me, the expression on his face, he was like, dude, that's fucked up. And he
That's fucked up. Yeah.
He was like, David, I'm from the West Coast, man. I don't know shit about that. I was like, you want to try it? Hell no.
You want to try it? Oh, man, that is freaking great.
Oh, shit.
Freaking great. Oh, my God. David, this has been so much fun. So much fun.
I've had a blast. I knew I would. I knew I had.
Man, this is great. You got to get up here. I got to get down there. It'll be awesome. Oh my gosh. So thank you so much for your time and coming on the podcast. I know you are a busy man. I would like to have you on sometime as a special co-host and we can talk about a certain topic together or something sometime if you'd like. Because I would love that because this was a whole lot of fun. Because like I tell the listeners, I'm like, if you don't learn anything, you're going to laugh.
Yeah, that sounds good. Hold on. What? No. Good. Yeah, that sounds good because I definitely got a story for you. Look up Chandra May Cold Case. Chandra May Cold Case in Mississippi.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
I'm on it, yo.
Look that up. It's an interesting story. I was actually involved.
Ooh, so okay. We can talk about that because that would be awesome. And I may split that so it'll go on the True Crime XL.
Hey, yeah.
That would be great. So oh man, this was just so awesome. I can't believe I was so nervous. It was great.
I'm not nervous. I'm nervous.
Why? Why are you nervous?
Yella is staring at me.
Yeah. Now he's in a cemetery. He's scared. Oh, little baby. So, listeners, email us your stories to paranormal@writeme.com. And also, remember to stay kind, stay humble, and don't yuck someone else's yum.
Ever?
Nailed it.